Hello everybody, it's me Matthew again, and we're in Satisfactory today. I am recording this video as a world tour to set up for my next big project that I've been saving for YouTube. I've been restricting myself from this game so that I could record a YouTube video of the world tour so that I can make a series on my next big project. And we'll start off this world tour in my main factory. You'll start to notice that every single factory I built has a giant golden M on a dark blue background. Main factory. Pollution galore. These aren't even really doing anything, they were just the starter power for this factory. Right, I gotta connect you back up eventually. I'll do that after I'm done giving this tour, if I remember. And so, yeah, this factory is big. Lots of conveyor belts. Lots of different machines. Might post a short on this little bit soon. Just for more content. Yeah, this place is big. And I have a doghouse over there with 2 lizard doggos. Hold on. Gotta take a break from describing my life story really quick because you're supposed to be 13? 15. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, as I was saying before, I had a minor panic attack that everything was breaking again. Yeah, this is my main factory. It's the place where this entire save started. I remember my first ever machines. Yeah, those ones. They're still alive and they're still useful. Iron plates, iron rods, and screws. I need a bunch of iron plates, so I put summer sloops in these, but I might steal those eventually. This factory has quite some history about it. I started this all the way back last year, September 10th, when Satisfactory had its 1.0 update. I saw the trailer and I'm like, oh, I gotta make a good factory like that one. And so this factory just kept growing and growing. I really like this part. And yeah, I remember building all this all the way back when, like, I'm like, oh, it would look cool if this limestone wasn't being suspended by a flimsy conveyor support, but instead like a whole bridge. Took some inspiration from a YouTuber called Kibitz on a lot of this, actually. So shout out to him. There's a lot of train traffic that comes through here, but surprisingly it's not that busy now that I'm actually recording. Yeah. You'd have to play Satisfactory to know anything that's going on, but you'll probably understand what's going on a little bit when I start my next series in Satisfactory, because it's becoming crazy for me. It's gonna become crazy for you guys because I am gonna break a world record. Not gonna spoil what that record is. Not is, yes. Not gonna spoil what it is because there's only one record to be broken. That's pretty much it for my main factory, by the way. Yeah, all the trains come through here, most of the batteries in the world are being produced here. Space elevator, of course. Space elevator parts are being produced here as well. Yeah. Not much to say about this place, other than it's just the basic materials. It's the place where all your basic needs are met. This is my home. I still don't know what that is. Should I shoot it? I'm not gonna shoot it. There's a game inside the game. I don't really care about that because there's this game to be had. Anyway, I've just finished automating the stuff to keep the portals open. So now I have portals to get everywhere, which is really useful. So, just came out of that one. All these portals are color-coded. No, I'm not going to spoil that yet. Let's head to my second factory that I made. My Fixmas factory, of course! This thing that's going to turn on in 2 months. Yeah. This is for the Fixmas event. It's a Christmas event in Satisfactory, and yeah, none of the trees are producing anything right now because the Fixmas event isn't happening until December, as it does every year. And this will be like the first year that it's not actually changing anything in the Fixmas factory, or Fixmas event in general. Yeah. This place is pretty. I like to just sit down and just relax here, I don't know. It'll be cooler when all the machines are actually on, and there'll be smoke and pollution, and conveyor belts will be moving and everything. And yeah, presents. Presents are basically the only raw resource you need for the Fixmas event. I've completed it, as seen by the giant Fixmas tree. And then yeah, outside production. I made this place look really cool. Oh, of course. And this is why these are the only 3 trucks in the entire world. Is because they like to glitch out and mess each other up. So yeah, this is the only time I used them. I don't know, I might use them more in the big project that I have planned. That'll spoil soon in this video. But that's about it with the Fixmas factory. I actually paused making this factory to make the Fixmas factory. This factory is one of the largest ones in my world. I call it the Oil Products Palace. Or you could just call it the Oil Factory, I don't care. Man, it's taken a while. It always takes a while to load this one in because there's a lot of smoke everywhere. There we go. Yeah. This place is where a lot of the power is being produced. Or at least was when it was early game, but now that I've beaten the game, I don't know, 6 months ago, yeah. Yet, even after I beat the game, I decided to do more stuff, and then make portals and all that. Yeah, big factory. And yeah, the Fixmas factory was like the only factory that didn't have an M on it. But this place, it takes up the whole biome. The whole Blue Crater Lake. And then I couldn't even fit everything up there, so I had to build up more. There's nothing in the tower, by the way. It's literally just a hollow concrete pillar sticking up from the lake. Because it looks cool. And then this is my weapons factory. Not all the weapons are being produced here. It's everything, every weapon except for nukes are being produced here. And I'll show you why in a minute. Yeah, nukes are crazy. Let's head through the weapons factory portal. Because I'm already here. I'm already close to here. And yeah, alien power augmenters, all they do is amplify your power grid, so... Oh, of course, I'm like, why is the power situation low? It's because I have to hook up those conveyor belts to those 2 in my main factory, eventually. I'll get around to it. I'm gonna need that if I want to make the big project that I have planned. What next? I suppose I should go to where I built next. All the way on the northern side of the map with my fuel power plant. This is where a good like 40,000 megawatts are being produced, because this thing was just for pure power, and that's it. So yeah, we went to my main factory, Pixmas factory, Oil Products Palace, and Weapons Factory. They're all in the southern part of the map, but I wanted to venture out, and so I went all the way north to build this giant fuel power plant. Also, why is my crouch button not working? I glitched something. I broke something. Uh-oh. Oh well. I'll just have to run instead of slide jump. But yeah, this place is pretty large. And it was after I was done building the weapons factory, and I'm like, you know what? I like the tower with the M on it. So I did the same thing here. It's just skinnier, as you can see. And this is actually a useful control tower. It's not just for decoration, because it has a lever to turn this whole place off if I need to. It turns off the fuel supply, which then eventually all the fuel generators will shut off. And then these pipes, oh, I cannot tell you how many times I came here and these 4 pipes were having troubles, because they were originally supposed to transport 600 oil per minute, which is the amount that the pipe can carry before it overflows. But every single time I came here, it wasn't perfectly 600 all the time, and so I tried many things to make it 600 every single time, but it didn't work, because all the oil's being brought in by train. Oh gosh. Oh, no buttons are working. Okay, I'll have to load a save. And so yeah, all the oil is being brought in by train except for one pipe all the way over there. That one's always working. But anyway, I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of one fuel generator from everything so that there's always overflow oil. And then we never run out. Is this one of my death crates, or is it a crate from when I was building this? It's a crate from when I was building this, okay. Not much to say about this place either, except for those 4 oil pipes. Those and I have had a history. Trains as well. Trains everywhere, and drones. Trains and drones, yes. You'll be seeing a lot more of those in the next few episodes. I broke something when loading up the map in the portal, so let me save the game really quick, and then load up the save so that nothing else is glitched. If the game crashes right now, I'm gonna scream. I don't think it's going to, though. My computer's beefy. My computer's starting to sound like a jet engine. Here we are. Everything's slowly loading in. There we go. There's the graphics. Hello. By the way, this portal hub is all... Why is everything yellow? There we go. The portal hub is all the way up here. That's gonna be in the next episode, so stay tuned. I'll reveal what that is in the outro, because that's what we're gonna be doing for the next, I don't know how many hours. Just finished up with the fuel factory. The buttons still don't work. Oh, wait. Oh, now they do. Okay, good. Aluminum factory is next. This is when I was preparing to build my nuclear power plant. The biggest power plant and probably the biggest factory as well. I can't fit it in one frame no matter how far away I get. But my aluminum factory, I was not planning on it being this large. Like, I built a large base, but I expected just to have, like, that and, like, maybe one layer. But, as you can see, it's a lot larger than I thought it would be. By the way, this is in the swamp, and I hate the swamp, and I'll show you why in a moment. But, yeah, this was the first bauxite in this save that I gathered up. And this factory was built probably 4 months ago. Ooh, lizard doggo. And I had a unique way of getting rid of all the water because I knew that eventually soon I would have to automate nuclear pasta, and that requires a buttload of copper powder, which requires even more copper ingots. And so what I did was, with the excess water from these refineries, I didn't just throw it away, but I actually put it to use for once. If I can find the door. There it is. And I used the pure copper ingot recipe to make as many copper ingots as possible. Pretty sure there's 1,800 being produced here. Which is small compared to what we're gonna need to do in my big project. What the heck happened? What was that? What? If I left click now, it makes a marker? Never knew that. How many can I make? I never even knew that in all my hours of playing Satisfactory. I never knew that. That's interesting. In this factory, there's a lot of complicated stuff being made, and then trains are sniffing each other's butts, apparently. That's gross. There's another factory that was actually pretty recent. This was built after I beat the game. This Caterium factory, as I call it. What the heck? Do I not have any... Gosh darn it. All my controls are busted. The scroll wheel should change the stuff that I have in my hands, but I seriously broke something. Okay, hold on. Please hold. All my controls are seriously broken. The game hates. Every single game that I play hates me. I wonder why. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know why. Wait, so first let's let everything load in. Now it's all working, right? Yeah, now it's all working. And if I... Okay. I don't know what happened, but now it's all working. Yeah. Lots of drones in this factory as well. And of course, it's an aluminum factory, so I'm producing all the aluminum that I can. Some fuel for the drones. And that's pretty much it. Oh, by the way, I knew that I would have to automate nuclear pasta eventually. And so toward the end of... Oh, goodness. Toward the end of when I was done building this factory, I decided, you know what? It would look really cool if I built my first particle accelerator right at the top. Particle accelerator. I'm not good at talking, apparently. Copper powder. Are you working? Better be. Yes, it is. Okay, good. Might as well get a look at what nuclear pasta looks like. One of my favorite items in the game, but one of the worst to automate because it requires so many complicated parts. But that's the aluminum and caterium factory. The caterium factory was just a small thing off in the corner producing caterium ingots. So, the next thing that I built, my nuclear power plant. This place is just power. It's producing all the power in the world pretty much. It's big. And I built it off in the corner of the map where nothing is, but also everything at the same time. And then from a distance it just looks like a city of just roads and then buildings, but then yeah, it needs a buttload of water, like all the water. Like, look at how many pipes of water there are, and then there's more over there, and then some more over there. And so this place has 3 stages as seen by my map. There's the uranium, which is just the first step in the nuclear power plant. Uranium fuel rods, but outcome of uranium waste. And you cannot throw this stuff away. It's not able to be thrown away if I grab one and then try to throw it away. Nuclear waste cannot be destroyed. Fix it does not waste. Yes. So instead, you turn it into plutonium. And so, then the plutonium, the plutonium fuel rods anyway, those can be destroyed. These things. These can be destroyed. And so that's why I have a shredder here in case if anything goes wrong. But now, in the new Satisfactory 1.0 update, you can put them into the generator, or the nuclear power plants, that's what they're called. But for an outcome of plutonium waste, this stuff cannot be destroyed either, so it gets turned into fixonium, and then goes through a whole bunch of complicated mess to become fixonium fuel rods, which go into the reactors. But these also cannot be destroyed, which is surprising because I thought because they're a fuel rod they could be destroyed, but no. So I am using them for power, and there's no waste output, so that's good, but then any excess of that stuff just gets thrown into here, which don't do anything, hopefully, anytime, right? 0? Yeah, 0. But if they do, it doesn't help the power grid. I just have them hooked up to a battery, and that's that. And then the train station. It's not that big of a train station, but it's because most of the stuff is being brought in by conveyor belt, because I do not trust trains, because train traffic is a thing. Why am I taking the train? I have portals. We're sitting in class now. That's why I painted this portal pink, is so that I can find it. And so after that, there was one factory left for me to beat the game, and that's my desert factory. The most unsophisticated factory in my opinion, because I was really sloppy building this. I'm like, I just want to get this done. So as you can see, it's not the prettiest looking, certainly not the cleanest, but it works. That's all that matters, is that it works. And there's even a... That's not a separate factory. That's still part of the desert factory. And so this place produces all the advanced parts, like ballistic warp drives, which are the most complicated part to produce in Satisfactory. They're actually being made right over here. It's because they take thermal propulsion rockets, which were the hardest one to produce. They take singularity cells, that's what they're called, which require nuclear pasta, which I already explained is hard to make. Dark matter crystals, they're easy. And then superposition oscillators, I have no idea how they're produced. I forgot. So that's that. And that's the desert factory. It's not that big, not that small. Certainly not clean looking. I do want to redo this at some point, but I also don't, because that's just going to be a big pain. And so, it's just in the desert where nobody cares about it. If you like this factory, put a like on this video. If you like any of these factories. And so then, I beat the game, but I wasn't done. There was still more fun to be had. And so we're gonna go over there right now. This already, I'm pretty sure, is a world record. But nobody was keeping track of this world record, so I'm gonna break another one soon. This place produces, drumroll please, 100 nukes every minute. That means that every single second I have 1.5 nukes available to me, which is absolutely crazy. There they all go. I have a lot of nukes, and this will run forever until I turn it off, because there's an on and off switch in the control room. This place lags out my game, as seen by the beautiful frame rates. And this thing always works, smiley face, never has any more problems anymore, smiley face, right? I'm gonna check. You better not be at like under 100% efficiency. Okay, yeah, you are. You're working fine. Good job. I'm proud of you. It's been a whole month and you haven't messed up yet. Good job. Keep it up. I need my nukes for classified reasons. This place uses up all the uranium in the world. I even had to make some because there wasn't enough. Most of the stuff is brought in by train, right over there. And then some of it's brought in by drone. Well, actually, most of it's brought in by drone. Who am I kidding? That's where my swarm of bees are. But yeah. But this place doesn't only produce nukes. It also produces power shards. Right over here, for my own personal use. I'm gonna need to use them in the next big project, which I'll reveal to you soon. 2 more factories, then I'll reveal to you where it is and what it is. And so after that, I realized, oh wait, the power's bad. I need more power. So after building that and pretty much covering the entire map, there was one biome I had left to cover. This place. I don't know what it's called, but I know it's a biome. And so, I present to you my most beautiful factory, I think. The ionized fuel power plant. I'm in the back. I need to get in the front. Hold on. That train track, that sky track is new. That wasn't there when this was being built. That was there for my big project that I'm going to make soon, which I'll reveal to you after another factory, after this one. I have a lot of factories in this world. And then this place I mainly wanted to use drones. I just love having a bajillion drones fly everywhere, and then if you look to the sky, oh look, there's bees. So anywhere where I needed to bring stuff in, I pretty much used drones. But then some of it, like the oil, has to be brought in by train. And so this place is producing power and it needs power shards to do so. And then, of course, blender mass. Sulfur drone flies by me, almost hit me. And this place is just so cool looking. I love this little branch off as well, with just like all the conveyor belts everywhere, and you can see everything happening. Oh gosh, my controls are glitched again. Oh well. I don't know why that keeps happening. But that's my ionized fuel power plant. As I said, it looks really cool. I'm really proud about how I made it. And I still have extra space. Look at that. Look over there where I clicked. I'm gonna have to cut all these instances where my save breaks out of this video. Anyway, extra oil. I'm gonna need to get that for my big project. I'll reveal it soon. I know you're practically tearing up your chairs and cutting up your keyboards, wanting to know what it is. It's exciting. This place has a lot of complicated machines, but that's because it's ionized fuel. I need to turn the fuel into ions, I think. Using rocket fuel and power shards. Those two together make ionized fuel and a byproduct, which I throw away. Speaking of throwing, oh wait, I think I may have just glitched the controls again. No, I did not. Right? No, I did not. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that. You can't throw away power slugs? Okay, it's fine. Here, I'll just make it useful then. It's been a while since I've handcrafted some stuff. Alright, good enough. Upload that to the Dimensional Depot. And here we are at the final factory before I reveal to you the big project. And I'm totally not suspiciously turning around so that you don't see my future plans. I present to you the Cliffside Factory, where 22 singularity cells are being produced per minute, so that all the portals stay active and so that I have portals in the first place. That's what this factory is. And down below me is a giant train station. And you'll know why as soon as I turn my character around. But I want to build up the suspense. So anyway, here's the train station. I don't know if I'm going to fall too much. And I made it big. Again, for obvious reasons. Let me get up high so that you can actually see how big this next project is going to be. I've set up a whole biome worth of foundations for this. Because I am going to break a world record by more than double. As soon as I get up high enough, I'm going to show you fully and tell you what that record is that I'll be breaking in the Satisfactory series. I sound like a TV person about, or like Nintendo Switch Direct, about to announce something big. It's big for me, maybe not for you guys. Anyway, yeah, the entire biome is going to be paved in concrete. Well, metal. It's grit metal. And it is for the heavy modular frame world record. I saw a YouTube video of a factory producing 375 heavy modular frames per minute, and I'm like, I could do better. So I have an entire plan for this. I'll be producing 1,000 heavy modular frames per minute using this recipe. So yeah, 1,000 of those per minute, which means every single second I'll have 15 of those being made every single second in this giant factory that I'll be building in the series. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the series of record-breaking project